Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome once again. And there we are. All right, just a little bit late, but we were able to get into the saddle just in time. Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome once again to GainerWorld Live. As you can see, we're organized as always. Anyway, greetings from Barcelona. We're not even going to worry about what's going on. Greetings from Barcelona in the heart of Catalunya. Says Matt Houseman. Matt, always good to hear from you, buddy. Always good to hear from you. And we're great to have you along as well. We certainly do appreciate it. If you're new to our little soiree, and indeed, how could you not be? Because this is where all the cool kids hang out. I just want you to know. This is where it's happening. Anyway, if you're wondering what we do here, the quick answer to that question is nothing. We don't do a doggone thing on this show. Mainly what we do is we just kind of hang out as we have been the last couple of years. We just kind of let our hair down and we just kind of talk amongst ourselves about things that we do. And yeah, we just we talk about things and we talk about things in the chat. Now, if you're watching live, and I know you're watching over there and you're thinking to yourself, boy, where's the chat? You don't have to do that. You stay right here on this screen because we have the chat right there. We're cool people. That's how we roll. So I'm just saying. So anyway, come on in. We'd love to hear from you as Matt did and as Emu City Games. I'm back, much to your dismay. Nah, never, bro. Never. Always appreciate having you around. Lost Pages popping in. Happy Friday. I wanted to stop in fast. Well, you can stop in at your leisure, dude. It's okay. Just, take your time with things. That's how we do it around here. We're in no rush. We've only got till 8 o'clock, so don't worry about it. It's all done. But anyway, thank you for being with us. We had a little bit of a technical glitch go on in the beginning there, as I'm sure you could tell. There was no proper introduction, especially if you're watching this on the replay. You're thinking to yourself, where is his goofy face and all the graphics? Well, anyway, that's where they are, and we had a little bit of a problem in the beginning, but we're here now, and we're happy that we're here, and we hope you're happy that we're here, and when you're happy, we're happy, because we're happy what we have to be happy with. Anyway, it's been a weird week. Been a very weird week, as a matter of fact. There's good news on the horizon, and that good news is, first off, the fact that there is no Deadpool this week. There is no Dead People report. I know I'm bumming a lot of people out, but this is the third week in a row that we haven't had to do the Deadpool report. So I'm feeling good about that. That's a lot of happies. Yes, it is. Is that putting you grumpy? Or sneezy or dopey? Take your pick. But be that as it is. As I said, lots of strange things going on this week. The biggest of all happened. You're going to want to stick around for this one, because we just found out right before we went on the air, which is the reason that we had the delay in starting the show. We wanted to bring this to press as fast as we could. As fast as we could. We have a bulletin. That's right. There is a bulletin coming in as we speak. And the news is big. The news is big. Afro Man is running for president. You heard right. Yep. And what better way to announce it than the week of 420? Yeah, you think there was any timing involved in that one? Yep. Afro Man getting ready to burn up the campaign trail. No, he is definitely, this is true. According to TMZ, the rapper, just within the last hour, filed his paperwork with the Federal Elections Commission, required to run for the presidency in the 2024 election. According to the documents, which was obtained by TMZ, Afroman's presidential committee is named the Joseph Afroman Foreman for President Committee. I suddenly have a thing about lean, mean grilling machines, but I won't get into it right now. And he's running as an independent, by the way. Come on. Afro Man, come on. Green Party, bro. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. TMZ broke the story that Afro Man had announced his intention to run back in December during a concert in Missouri. Okay, now let's stop and think about that one. Let's stop and think about that one for a second. Afro Man, the guy that wrote Until I Got High, announced his presidential candidacy in a concert in Missouri. Uh-huh. You want to take every single thing and just put it into a big ball and throw it at the wall and see what sticks. That would be it right there. He told the crowd there about his dreams. And, he said, and this is a quote from the Afro Man himself, others are focused on 2024. He dubbed it as the 2020 Fro election. You see what he did there? The 2024, because it's 20. Afro Man's platform, according to TMZ, the toad board's just lighting up. We'll get to that in just a minute. But Afro Man's platform will be to place an emphasis on the national legalization of marijuana. Go figure. Still unclear where he is on other domestic and international issues. But, if he's going the Snoop Dogg route, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I ask you. The docs are dated April 18th. 2 days before 420. See, he's messing up already. I mean, come on. What are we talking here, dude? Afro Man's campaign manager, yes, he has a campaign manager, Jason Savage, has told TMZ, quote, Afro Man's ongoing persecution by the overtly corrupt Adams County Sheriff's Department perfectly highlights that this corruption of leadership has trickled down to law enforcement all across the country. Criminal justice reform and federal marijuana legalization remain two of the primary planks in his campaign platform. And we're asking for your support as Afro Man takes on this great and worthy cause as our... Get ready for this. This is a quote from TMZ from Afro Man's campaign manager, Jason Savage. And I quote, as our cannabis commander-in-chief. On a side note, Kanye's talking about it again, but, the anti-Semitism thing. So there you have it, gang. Afro Man 2024. Why? And I really wish this will give you an idea of how quick this was, because we couldn't get the track on the air fast enough. Yes, I'd have, because I got high playing in the background, I swear. Let's go to the tote board. It is lighting up. Let's see. Lost Pages is Oh My Lanta. I was going to change the law, but then I got high. Yeah. Da, 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 da. He's only good because he got high. Da, 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 da. Lost Pages says, at least he's independent. Yeah, there's that. You got that going for him. Our occasional guest co-host says, Chris King says, right, and now, how much more ridiculous than that? Wait a minute. Let me do this here again. How much more ridiculous is that than Cheeto Head the Felon being president? Not much. Look, the day Reagan became president, we all went, all right, this is a fluke. Then Jesse Ventura became governor. And I went, no, No, it's not a fluke anymore. And then who was it? The porn star that became prime minister of Italy? And I went, yep, this can happen. Then, of course, the lying traitor came along. So anything is possible. Anything, and I do mean anything, is possible. Amu City saying Afroman promises his mama's 11-pound cake for all. You better believe it, pal. You better believe it. Crystal also says Kanye won't be able to run unless he gets the okay from his father God. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Wow. What are we coming to? We are coming to Afroman in 2020 fro, bruh. Then, even Chris said, then Arnold ran for the governor. So, yeah, he became the governor of California. Getting to the chopper. Wow. So, yeah. Yeah, you want this face in the White House in 24? Huh? Could be a real possibility. I'm here to tell you. So, yeah, that just came in just within the last hour. Amu City, well, we're all on our way to idiocracy. Let me know when Dwayne Elizondo Mount Dew Camacho is running for president. I'm waiting for Dwayne Johnson to put his name in there. The rock layeth, the smacketh down in 24. I think that and running the XFL, he's got a real shot. I'm here to tell you. Hey, speaking of shots, here's a great segue for you. This just came in yesterday from Rolling Stone. Alec Baldwin will no longer be facing charges. This again from Rolling Stone. Alec Baldwin will no longer face charges in the accidental shooting death of Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins, according to the actor's lawyers. They just posted this yesterday, where they said, and this is a quote from his lawyers, quote, "We're pleased with the decision to dismiss the case against Alec Baldwin, and we encourage a proper investigation into the facts and circumstances of this tragic accident." A rep for the First Judicial District Attorney's Office in New Mexico didn't return any request for comment, nor did any of the special prosecutors receiving or overseeing the case, that is to say. So prosecutors were expected to file a notice to dismiss the charges as of today. So, yeah, there's that. If you've been in a cave the last couple of weeks, what happened was he was practicing some shooting moves for the movie Rust. Man, that movie is going to make it over the top this year. There's an instant profit. Can you get the PR that this movie's made so far? He pleaded not guilty to a charge of involuntary manslaughter back in February. He would have faced up to 18 months in prison if he'd been convicted. The armorer, say that 3 times fast while you're drunk. The Rust Armorer, I think I opened for Rust Armorer once. Hannah Gutierrez Reed was also charged with and pleaded not guilty to manslaughter. It's unclear if prosecutors are intending to drop the case against them as well. The charges were first announced back in January, you may recall. But the lawyers for the pair successfully pushed back against the state's case. They successfully got the original charges downgraded after lawyers claimed that they had filed under a New Mexico firearm law that had been masked months after the shooting took place. One person who was tied to Hutchins' shooting death has faced some accountability. Apparently, Assistant Director Dave Halls, he entered a no contest plea to a misdemeanor charge of negligent use of a deadly weapon at the end of March in the middle of all this. So, yeah, he's not going to face any jail time. As a matter of fact, he's going to serve 6 months of unsupervised probation. So, yeah, And do we find this? Do we find this a coincidence, boys and girls, that the news of the charges being dropped just chanced to coincide with the resumption of the production of Russ that started filming again yesterday, about 18 months after Hutchins' death? Baldwin is still, Alec is still in the, still in the movie. He's also a co-producer, but Bianca Klein is going to take over as a cinematographer. The resumption of production was announced last October when Baldwin and the other producers reached a settlement with Matthew Hutchins, who had filed a wrongful death suit against the production on behalf of his late wife. Matthews, by the way, is now an executive producer on the film. He's going to get a cut of the profits. Yeah. So there you go. Apparently, justice prevails. And Alec Baldwin will not be charged in what is now being known as the Rust shooting. Okay. Let's see here. Going back to the tote board for just a second. Chris talking about the Afro Man thing back again. Rock asking, what do you think about the homeless crisis in the U.S.? Well, it's a tremendous... It doesn't matter what you think, jabroni. MU City is saying, oh, crud. Apparently Camacho saw his run in 2024 presidency at South by Southwest Festival back in mid-March. Yeah. It's possible. You never know. And Noreen Henry has popped in. Hello, Noreen. It's always great to see you. Appreciate you stopping in this evening. She said it's convenient that Alec Baldwin not being charged. I don't know. You know, to me personally, it's just one of those things that just, you know, the poor guy was just at the right place at the wrong time, or the wrong place at the right time. Somebody handed him a firearm that apparently was defective or was improperly loaded. And, you know, God bless the Hutchins family and, you know, condolences to them. But should the guy go to jail for it? No. So, yeah. So, anyway, there's that. Chris is saying, not really. The way this works, production on the movie had to stop while the lawsuit was pending. Nobody would provide financing for the movie with the lawsuit pending. That is true. That is true. Because, yeah, if this movie wasn't going to get off the ground, why put money into it, you know? But now that production has started again, and now that they have gotten more free publicity than they could possibly ever ask for, you know, it's like the Twilight Zone, the Twilight Zone movie back in the 80s when, you know, God rest his soul, Vic Morrow was killed along with those two children when the helicopter fell on them. And that's a true story. You can look it up if you haven't heard about that before. But, yeah, I mean, that movie, please, that movie made some ducks. And it wasn't even that good. Oh, here it comes. MU City saying, hey, did you know Vic Morrow had dandruff? No, MU City. Tell us about Vic Morrow's dandruff. They found his head and shoulders in the bushes on the set. Hey! Alrighty then. Oh, man. I gotta get you guys. I've got to get Chris. Noreen's booing him. Don't, Noreen. Don't. He has a complex over those kind of things. You know, then we have to talk him off the ledge and starts talking about human sacrifices. And he's got children, you know, so, you know, just don't. I got to get Amu City and Chris King on the set together. Get the three amigos back together. I'm just saying. The stories we could tell would get this show canned so fast. Oh, I'm just kidding. Amy City saying it could get much worse, but then Tim would get canceled on YouTube. I know. I just said the same thing, buddy. We could all tell the stories. Some good news to report. After 40 years of being with the same woman, which in itself is a bit of a feat. But now, we are happy to announce that yes, Leo Sayer got married last weekend. Yes, it's true. It's true, ladies. Unfortunately, Leo is off the market. According to the Australian paper Metro, it's congratulations and long, tall glasses all around as Leo Sayer married his partner of almost 40 years, Donatella Pincinetti. Donatella Pincinetti. Nice Irish girl. The English-Australian singer, 74, married his wife Donatella in a private ceremony at the Southern Highlands, a mountainous region to the south of Sydney. In a statement posted on Facebook by his management team, the wedding was described as very private and only involved an exclusive number of guests. There was another statement that said that after being partners for almost 39 years, Donatella Pincinetti and Leo Sayer said the show must go on and got married in their garden in the Southern Highlands on Saturday, April 15th. So this was right after we got off the air. The next day, actually. The statement was warmly received by Leo's biggest fans, of course, and it continued, quote, "It was a very private ceremony where the couple were joined by 40 of their closest friends. Weather was sunny, the bride was radiant, the groom looked handsome." Oh, wait a minute, I've got to do that with the right accent. The weather was sunny, the bride was radiant, the groom looked handsome, and they couldn't be happier the day they went. In response to the statement, pardon me, suddenly swallowed a Buick. In response to the statement, fans of the veteran singer, who was one of the most successful recording artists of the 70s, sent their congratulations. One fan wrote, "Such fantastic happy news. Congratulations to you both." Another one said, "Mahusive congratulations." I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say that was Australian slang, I guess. Another fan, and if it's not, don't give me guff. I don't know. I learn these things. I ask questions. That's what this is about. Such fantastic news. Another fan hoped the couple has said the best is yet to come with them everything. Apparently, Leo met Donatella after the end of his first marriage, which only lasted 12 years. Which is why probably he waited 40 years, because, you want to make sure. And this I did not know. His music career was affected by a fall from a stage in 1977. And Leo moved to Australia to live with Donatella, and they temporarily separated in 2007. Ooh. So, yeah. Apparently, Leo became an Australian citizen in 2009. Saying, "I'm 60 and I feel like a 20-year-old in my life here because everybody is so encouraging to keep working." So there you have it. Some good news. Leo Sayer feels like dancing because he went and got hitched. When I need you, I'll just wait 40 years. I don't know. Yeah. So that's what's going on with that. Yeah. We'll do this last one. Oh, well, it's not the last one, but we'll do this first. Only because. If you're new, by the way, to our little shindig, feel free. You see right there? You see right there? You see right there? Right there? Right there! This is where we're chatting. If you're live, you don't have to go all the way over here. Oh, no. You can go right there. And you can chat with us. If you're watching the replay, please leave comments down below. We will get back to you. Yes, we will get back to you. We will travel in our DeLorean back to this space and time, and we will answer you. Think you're kidding? Think we're kidding? Try us. Go ahead. Try us. Go ahead. Do it, tough guy. Come on. This, I think, is very cool. This is news that came out of one of my favorite metal websites, blabbermouth.net. It doesn't get heavier than Blabbermouth. Maybe Cream. But I'm just saying. And one of the heaviest bands in the land, and you know them, and even when I mention the name, some people go, oh man, I don't like this band, but they can mention at least two of their songs. Of course, I'm talking about the heaviest band in all the land, Metallica. They have done something which I think is very, very cool. And is a long time coming, and I think really a lot of other bands really need to take advantage of this. But on next Tuesday, April 25th, Metallica will be the first, according to blabbermouth.net, they will be the first major rock band to release all 12 music videos from their latest album, 72 Seasons, in sign language. This is really great news. And this is something that, you see people signing at concerts these days. But why not do the videos too? You're saying hearing impaired people can't watch television or watch videos or watch the internet? So yeah, in honor of National ASL Day, American Sign Language Day, Metallica has partnered with Amber G Productions, which is a sign language interpreting company, it says here, and the DPAN, the Deaf Professional Arts Network, to kick off things with the title track. According to Vice magazine, it gets better, actually. According to Vice, sign language interpreters are becoming commonplace. Yeah, just as I was talking about before, mostly in concert venues, music festivals, concerts accessible to fans with hearing loss. Interpreters provide a service giving ticket holders with a disability a more complete experience for their money. There is a thing called performance sign language. If you're looking for a career path, might I recommend the exciting world of performance sign language. It requires a high level of preparation and creativity, according to Blabbermouth. At the concert, interpreters are not just performing the lyrics, they're also communicating the musicality of the songs with their bodies. And if you have ever been to a metal concert or just a heavy concert with a sign language artist, yeah, it's something else entirely. In fact, 5 years ago, Lamb of God frontman Randy Blythe praised the sign language interpreter who stole the show at the band's concert by passionately signing the music and the lyrics for the deaf fans. Yeah, the interpreters are half the show, I'm here to tell you. So, yeah, I think this is a really cool thing that they're doing, to be honest with you. And that's going to take place on Tuesday. That's going to take place on Tuesday. 72 Seasons and all of the tracks on the album. The new Metallica album will be included for the hearing impaired. There will be American Sign Language involved in that. Amu City is saying this is kind of cool, and I agree with you. I really love the fact that they're doing this. I really, really do. Although Amu City said, yeah, they went downhill after Injustice for All. And Justice for All was a great album. I have to agree with you. It was a terrific album. If you put one on the turntable, that's it. It's over for me. My neck will be sore because I will be banging. But you know what? The Black Album was really good. Load I thought was okay. Don't even get me started on that garbage little act called, Saint Anger, where you've got Lars Ulrich slapping a 55-gallon drum and calling it a snare drum. The hell were you thinking, Lars? You know what? Let's get into this. Let's do this. Seeing as though it was a No Dead People report, and seeing as though it's kind of a fun, laid back kind of an evening. Amy City says Black Album and beyond, it lost something. Can't put my finger on it, but it lost something. What it is it's very common when bands hit the mainstream, so to speak. The first couple albums, we could have this argument all day. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Injustice for All, Master of Puppets. They were all great albums. They were all terrific albums. Don't even get me started on the story about the first time I ever heard Metallica. It was a religious experience for me. But when the Black Album came along, they had reached a perfection of sorts. Did Bob Rock clean them up a little bit? Oh yeah, you better believe he did. But you could only listen to that stripped down, stark, no effects kind of music for so long. There had to be a little bit of paste and polish put on it. And that's where I think the Black Album really stands out, because they took direction, they really thought about it. And let's face it, the music kicks ass. That's right, I said ass on YouTube. Shoot me. So yeah, I was very pleased with it, but that's just me. So anyway, Amy City, of course, is Popcorn by Hot Butter. Oh, stop it. Never mind. Anyway, this is as close as I'm going to get, okay? I've been fiddling with this. And I've decided that I'm going to make a recording of this. It was a song that was introduced to me by, thank you, Amy. So he gives me an A for effort. This was a song that was introduced to me by a very dear friend of mine, God rest his soul. His name was Rick Hoylman. And this was on Hartsfield's first album, which I just pulled out a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I used to have a lot of fun with this. And yeah, I'm going to start seeing if I can record this. If you know it, great, sing along. If not, that's okay too. When I first met you, I didn't understand what an nagging, bitchin' woman could do to a man. Well, it seems like the girl I married, she ain't quite the same. And I thought I knowed you better when I gave you my name. Now, the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. The bottle is the only thing that keeps me hanging on. The man on the radio keeps singing the sad, sad song. Like the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. Well, I got no need to travel anywhere's too far, and they know me by my first name at all the local bars. Well, I've heard that a failing love can drive a man to drink, and I would have left you if I hadn't been so high to think that the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. And the bottle is the only thing that keeps me hanging on. The man on the radio keeps singing the sad, sad song. Like the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. That's right. Well, I guess I'd better go now. It's getting kind of late, but I'll be back tomorrow night, so please save my place, and I'll tell you about the tales of pain and misery and the heartaches that you caused by being too damn blind to see that the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. And the bottle is the only thing that keeps me hanging on. The man on the radio keeps singing a sad, sad song. Like the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. Like the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. Like the only time I'm sober's when you're gone. That's for you, Super Tex. That's right, man. 1973. Hartsfield. They're almost hit. From their debut album, which, by the way, was so freaking good. Yeah. Let me see here. Okay, first off, Elena has popped in. Elena, hey, always good to see you. How you doing? That always means that if you're there, the Danimal, oh yeah, you know he's there as well. That's always a good thing. Chicago Boy popped in. Chicago Boy, how you doing? Always good to see you. You need twin fiddles and a pedal steel for that record. Another side of Tim we never knew. I knew one little country station in Indiana that'll play that. No. No. I don't know if I can help it. But, yeah, actually I am. For the recording, I'm looking for, like, you know, I know a good fiddle player, but I got to find a good pedal steel player. And if anybody knows one, please send them to me. I would appreciate that. So, yeah, there's that going on. I know a little country station in Indiana. You know, just had to bring that one up, didn't you? Any old who. You know, and that is, speaking of radio stations, there is something that I do want to talk about. And I usually don't toot my own horn on these kind of things. I don't blow my own horn, although I can. But I'm just gonna wait for this to pop up on the screen. MU City, yeah. MU City. We'll just stop here for a second. By the way, I'm officially old. I just got my invite to join AARP. No. It's not the invitation to AARP that hurts. It is the day you get the invitation in the mail and all of your children are present when you open it. I got home from work one day and all 4 of my boys are standing around the dining room table and they are snickering and the big smiles on their faces. And Eric is at the head of the table and he looks at me and he says, "This came for you." Oh, really? Okay. What is it? AARP. They were on the floor crying. They were laughing so hard. So you got that to put up with. Until finally, it gets to the point of, hey, you are old. Yes, I am. You know what that means? Yep, it means that you're gonna have to feed me the oatmeal and change my diaper, boy, because yeah. Chris says AARP membership is not restricted to an age. My kids have memberships. Well, but what are they going to do with them? You know? Do they really need, do they need the armrests for the toilet and the canes and stuff? No, I don't think so. Maureen says, open mouth, insert foot. Number 3, close mouth. Number 4, chew vigorously. Speaking of kids and your childhood and things like that and time, again, not an age thing. Okay, whatever. Something that's going to mess with your childhood. Something that's going to mess with all of us here. There's a story that came out of Indy 100 that really people are upset over this story. And it's about the silliest thing. And it's about gummy bears. You know gummy bears. I know gummy bears. Haribo's iconic gold bear, or as we call them here in the States, gummy bears. You think you know something, and then like your whole world is turned upside down. You start questioning reality. I mean, for example, when it comes to the gummy bears, when it comes to the Haribo gummy bears, we all know, we know about the flavors, right? Orange sweets are orange flavored. The yellow ones are lemon flavored. The green are lime, right? No, they're not. There have been posts. Now, again, this is according to Indy 100. Posts to Reddit and Twitter have revealed the truth behind the flavors of gummy bears. And they are literally sending these shockwaves and just fists of rage against throughout all of social media. And this is really the easiest thing in the world to find out. Okay? It's really very simple. Quite simple indeed, okay? If you look at the back of gummy bears, I'm going to just call them gummy bears. I know they're called gold bears. Haribo gold bear. If you look at the back, it tells you what the flavors are. Okay? On the back some of the packets, it's a profile of the different gummies. Now take a look. Red is raspberry. Yellow is lemon. Orange is orange. Clear is pineapple. And green is strawberry. I know, right? A lot of people thought this was apple. A lot of people thought this was lime. One Twitter user was so upset over this, they felt drastic action was needed to be taken to put the issue to bed, saying, "I'm calling the police whether the green Haribo gummy bears are strawberry or apple." They have been showing you this for years. It's right there on the package. Oh my God. One Reddit user admitted he'd been on the act over the years, but kept the whole thing a secret from his wife. He wrote a lengthy post. Now, this is according to Indy 100. This is the post. Quote, "My wife hates orange and lime flavored candies. I love them. Well, love the orange, like the lime. So she passes on the orange Starburst to me. She passes the orange and the green Skittles to me. She passes the orange and the green gummy bears to me. This has been happening for 13 years. What she doesn't know is that the green Haribo gummy bears are actually strawberry. Shortly after we were married, for one reason or another, I looked at the back of the Haribo gummy bears package and discovered this. So, I haven't said anything for 13 years. Every time we get gummy bears, she gives me the orange and the green, strawberry. And I've never said a word, and I've enjoyed eating my little lies. Until last night." He goes on to describe how he'd been sharing some gold bears when she glanced at the back of the bag. "And then I saw her eyes get real big." She turned to me and asked if I'd known that the green bears were strawberry. She always thought they were lime. I was honest and nodded my head and yes. The look of betrayal was unreal. These are grown adults with jobs, ladies and gentlemen. She asked how long I'd known, and I was honest. I told her as long as we've been married. She quit giving me the gummy bears she didn't like. She was even eating the orange ones out of spite. I don't think I'll get any more gummy bear discards after this. Time to buy my own. Yes, it's true, friends. Gummy bears are destroying marriages all around the world. So, yeah, people are traumatized by this, but, it's one of those things that was there the whole time. Okay? Checking the toll board on this. Just stay away from the sugar-free ones. If you know, you know. Emu City, knowing you, I don't know, and I don't want to know. Noreen says that gummy bears are her spirit animal. A lot of people have no taste buds. This is true. This is generally true. Yeah. Does that bother you now that you know this? Is your life destroyed as a result of this? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments down below. How traumatized are you now that you know that the green gummy bear is actually strawberry? Tell me what kind of a life you actually live that suddenly, I don't know, man. People get flipped out over things, over the littlest stuff. They really do. They get flipped out over the littlest stuff. In fact, the latest thing that people are setting their sights on, even more than green gummy bears, which I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go out and I'm going to have to buy a bag tonight. I really am. I have to know for myself. There's a weird trend that's going on social media that has been going on for a little while. And again, it's a food stuff. It's not even a food stuff, it's a beverage. But I know this beverage, and I tried it all of once in my lifetime. And I thought it was one of the most disgusting things I'd ever put in my mouth. Stop it. According to the Sun, the Daily Sun here in the U.S., that's I said stop it, Amy City. I said stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. The Sun, the Daily Sun in the U.S., there's two versions. There's one in the U.K. and there's another one here in the U.S. But people are starting a campaign to bring back something that I feel is really disgusting. If you like it, bless you, to each their own. Everybody has their own taste. But the thing that everybody is really begging for these days is Diet Coke Lime. Have you tried this drink? Okay, first off, Diet Coke, there's absolutely no need for this beverage whatsoever. But then they thought they'd get cute and put lime in it. Lemon, I can see. First off, I'm a Pepsi guy. I openly admit it. I am truly a Pepsi guy. I did Diet Pepsi a little bit when I was a kid. But then the whole cyclamate thing, and I just went, no, I don't need this anymore. So there's number one. Number two, just lime with Coke. Now, I've had beer with Coke. I've had lemon with Coke. Lime's just blech. Okay? Although my oldest son, Jim, used to love limes. Used to love them. He would eat them whole. Just saying. But, yeah. Now, Diet Coke Lime was discontinued, according to The Sun, back in 2018. But there's a campaign underway to bring this beverage back. The Coca-Cola company quietly continued the flavor, and it just wasn't producing the needed numbers, according to BuzzFeed. Now, during that time, Coke was creating what was called millennial-friendly flavors, it says here. Try saying that 3 times when you're drunk. Flavors like twisted mango, zesty blood orange, feisty cherry, and ginger lime. Going after the Gen Z people. But the ginger lime flavor, according to The Sun, just wasn't the same. The move to continue the flavor has led fans to call for a comeback. One fan and a Twitter user posted, Diet Coke with lime was good, should have a resurgence. Another wrote, all my problems started when Diet Coke with lime was discontinued. Okay, what kind of a life have you had, sir? The company eventually axed the can 5 years ago. Fans may still be able to grab the flavor in soda kiosks in some fast food restaurants. And apparently that's not the only product to be missing from store shelves. Another part of the new Diet Coke campaign some years back was the feisty cherry flavor. Now, I remember that. Cherry Coke, yeah, I can get into that. I can get into that. Not the Diet Cherry. Forget that. But it didn't last long, apparently, because the company asked that, let me ask you something. After 2 short years. But regardless, they stopped the production in 2020. So, yeah. Apparently, this is like the big thing now. People want to bring Diet Coke Lime back. What do you think about this? Have you tried it? Do you like it? Have you had it? Could you care less? Are you a Pepsi fan like me? Let me know. Right here. Right there. Or in the comments down below. Please let me know. MU City said it mixed well with rum. Okay, yeah, well, I can understand that. I can appreciate that. But diet? Really? Ugh. No, I gotta have the real thing, dude. When it comes to my rum mixers, it's gotta be Coke or nothing. Chris is dying over this one. Yeah, I'm afraid so. And Amy said, dude, Blood Orange was amazing. Never tried it. Now, like I said, I had the cherry, which I thought was really good. I mean, it's not something I'd write home about, but, it was something that, I would drink on a semi-regular basis. Yeah. And apparently there's other drinks that people are getting crazy about. Like remember Dunkin' Chinos from Dunkin' Donuts? Dunkin' Chinos apparently are gone, and people are upset over that. Diet allows your system to absorb alcohol faster. Okay. Yeah. But isn't it the sugar in the alcohol that helps the buzz? I'm just asking. I have to see what keeps getting intercepted. Amazon reviews. No, not that. 5-pound bag. Chris is on some kind of a strange... Chris is on a very strange little tangent right now that I think we're just going to let him go ahead and let him do his little thing. But be that as it may, it is about almost time for us to get out of here. Whatever the case may be. Oh, sugar-free herbal gummy bears. Oh, okay. They need to bring back the McDLT, the Ecto Cooler, and the New York Seltzer. Ecto Cooler, I will take any day. I used to love those things. Absolutely used to love them. I swear to God. But anyway, with that, we are going to get out of here. Don't forget, switch over when you're done here to hugs at WRGG.com, HUGSATWRGG.com. Cyrus Gray is about to go on the air with the Hugs Top 10 Countdown, the top 10 unsigned independent artists from around the world. And that's going to come up right after this little piece of bandwidth is wasted. Thank you so much for being here. I certainly do appreciate it. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. My name is Tim Gainer. We appreciate you being here. We'll be back next week. Like I said, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. You like it? Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. In other words, if you like it, hey, you know what to do. We'll see you next week. Way out, Pug.